it's Matty NASCAR with the Chase for Checker show, here to give you a little bit of a late post-race take show, because obviously the race was last night, but I was not going to do it last night and then had a full day today. So here we are on Sunday night, our usual place to talk about Richmond. Not a whole lot. I'll go through these pretty quick. Just some things that I noticed, wrote down. First thing I noticed, we saw it the first 12 laps. There's a lot of side-by-side racing that made it pretty exciting. So that was good to see. I was happy that it was on a Saturday night and not Sunday night. I love a good Saturday night race. The strategy was really good. You have those races where they say, oh, if you like strategy, this is a good race. And you're like, yeah, but it's still pretty boring, dog. This was one of those strategy races where it kind of reminded me of, that old Bristol race or whatever that everybody talks about where, you had people just flying by other people because of the new tires and all that stuff. So we've seen some of that, which made it exciting, made for a lot of passing, at least what it looked like on TV. I don't know how much of it was for actual position, but at least visually it looked like there was a lot of passing, a lot of action on the track. So that was really good just overall for the race. Made for a really good race, and you can see my race rating video. Check that out on TikTok if you follow the social medias. But just some other things that I saw. Ross Chastain, is he gonna make the chase? Because he's been running pretty good back-to-back weeks of some solid runs. I think he's probably too far back, but making a good little charge here. A couple guys that are falling off. Zane Smith had a little beef with Carson Hocevar, and now he's just kind of non-existent. You only see him when he spins out, basically. Carson Hocevar himself kind of just had to make a mistake today. The money shift, as they call it, does not seem to be as fast as what he was. Seems to be going the wrong way. He was 5th in points at one time, and I think he's dropped down, I don't know right off the top of my head, but he's dropped down quite a few spots. The other thing I saw was there's a lot of close calls, a lot of almost wrecks, a lot of beating and banging, kind of rubbing fenders. So that was really cool. It's always fun to see that in general in NASCAR. It's just kind of what the sport's built on. But also seeing it under the lights on a Saturday night. Again, love that. This is another race that got away from Blaney. He, qualified on the pole, had a really good car, led a lot of laps early on, won stage 1. And then just the car went the wrong way, and he had brake problems apparently. And that's going to come back to bite you. I think he moved up. I think he's 2nd in points because Ty Gibbs had a rough night. But points-wise overall, in a good spot. But it's not what you would expect from Blaney at these types of tracks. So that was kind of a bummer if you're a Blaney fan. The other thing I have, if you are maybe a fan of his teammate, Joey Logano, I don't know, maybe that even year thing is true, because out of nowhere, here comes Logano. He's came from 20th in points to 9th in 6 races, and that's just absurd to me. That is a crazy run. I'm honestly a little scared now. I'm scared of that of bald Logano. I think I'm a little cautious. And the last thing that I have on here that I noticed, just Hendrick, as much as they have been given, rightfully so, some grief this year because of them not really performing up to what we expect them to be. Larson was off pretty much this whole race, but then through some strategy and just pit stuff, came back to fight for a good finish. And all 4 Hendrick cars were in the top 10. Which I think is kind of a bit of a going under the radar is what I'm going to say, because you expect it, right? It shouldn't be a big surprise, but because of how they've ran so far this year, and just, let's be honest, with Alex Bowman stuff going on, he's not been like a top 10 contender really week in and week out. So it was pretty impressive for me to see Hendrick have 4 cars in the top 10. So yeah. I don't think it's like a turnaround for them. I think it was a lot of strategy and stuff that went into it to get those finishes. But they gotta find some positives over there at Hendrick. So that would be one that I would consider positive. But really, those are my post-race takes. Nothing that was crazy that stood out. That final battle between Logano and Briscoe, catching Bell and Reddick after the difference in strategy, and then the fight that Briscoe tried to take to Logano. I was hoping my guy would pull it off, but he didn't. Ultimately, it was Logano. Betting-wise, made for a good day. We did have Logano to win, and then we had 3 top 10s. I still wanted Briscoe to get it, though, man. But, yeah, I mean, that made for an exciting race. Overall, I mean, like I said, pretty good race. Pretty solid. So anyways, comment below. Let me know what some of your post-race takes are. What are some of the things that you noticed that stood out to you? We'd love to hear those in the comments below. I'm Addy NASCAR, and I'll see you next time on another Chase